Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to session 4 of my live stream. Sorry, as always I'm multitasking. Okay, there we go. Welcome for real to session 4 of my SPIRES work in progress live stream. I think there's a couple more sessions left. Because even though I'm at a point where I'm really happy visually with what's going on, I do want to see if I can explore a little bit and maybe clean some stuff up. And I had some fun ideas that I wanted to play with. So in the to-do here, I've got all columns filled in, so bias the selection of columns to favor unseen ones. By that, I gather that I actually meant, it's kind of hard to see the mouse there, like, it's filling these columns, like it's repeating the same column over and over, which is pretty good because it leads to these cool trails, but we don't actually need it. I think I can get both of these to be fixed. Both of these problems to be fixed by doing a weird little trick where basically we've set the seed here. So what we're going to do is a store of randomness for the whole program that will be independent of the, no, we're going to say independent of the seed resetting / entropy locking. Okay, so we're gonna say, what do we want here? Integers? I guess we just want random values between 0 and 1. That's probably the easiest to deal with. And how many should we get? 1024. Rands equals this, and we're just going to get rid of that. I think that delay at the start was maybe, no, it's just a coincidence. Okay, so now what we're going to do is look for calls to R. So this is line tops, line bots. No, just gotta go back to where there we go. This equation here. So we don't actually want to do R length line tops blah blah blah. We want to iterate through. Okay, so next we need a function. Function fr. Oh, does this actually work? Removes the element blah blah blah. I don't think it returns it, and I don't think we want to delete it either. So let's say frc equals 1, return rands frc. No, actually we don't want to return it right away. Oh, spaces. Okay, so we want to say, like, do we even do let? No, sorry, I'm getting JavaScript mixed in. So we're gonna store this frc value here, or this random number. We'll just call it my rand equals rands frc. We go frc plus equals 1. Oh, of course. That's good. Just got saved by the AI. Although it doesn't know the clean syntax. Saves us some characters. Pico-8 being a limited system, you know, there's only a limited amount of characters that we can use. I'm not super worried about it. This is still a pretty small script. Like, this is my largest one, probably. And that's getting about 3/4 full. Actually, that might not be the largest one. Hold on. The trace. No. There we go. This is maybe my largest one. Yes, that seems right. 1,800 roughly. Yeah. This used up almost all the capacity of the Pico-8. This is the trace gallery. I can show you just for fun. It is a kind of like a choose your own adventure game, but it's like also a generative art generator, kind of all in one. So you know, you've got your inventory and stuff. You can change the art by looking around. Anyway, let's focus up. Okay, close that. Go here. Okay, so now we have this function. We got to return this number. Okay, so now we have this function that is going to give us a random number from a predefined set of randomness, or store of randomness. Now let's do function fr frint. Oh, is that gonna work? Return floor fr. Let's try this though, actually, because I want a different algorithm. Okay, so fr is between 0 and 1. Okay, so that should work. But then don't we have to take the floor? Okay, and now we go back to where we were choosing the initial positions of the rectangles. Here, no, here. Okay, and let us try this again, where we instead say frint 1 length line tops. Okay, what does that do? Interesting. So it has, weirdly enough, done what I wanted, which is change the nature of the entropy locking. Oh, I need to do one other thing. Okay, so, wow, this is gonna be good. Okay, so I want this to loop, Well, I don't know. Okay, so we're at a crossroads here, which means I should comment my code. Or not comment, commit my code. Random within the random. I should know what that means. Okay, so basically, I don't like how sometimes they appear like in the middle. I kind of wanted them only to appear from the top. But also I do like what that does for it visually. This is almost too much flashing now. Okay, so I wanted this to loop. So to make it loop, I don't know if this will work, but I still want to be able to change the seeds. So I need a store of seeds actually. Nope. 4. And we don't need this many seeds. We're changing the seed every... I want to say 2 seconds. So we're going to want, for a loop of 8 seconds, 4 seeds. Okay. That's not going to include the initial seed. That's fine. Okay, wait. And we also need a seed counter. Okay, now we gotta go to our call to srand. And we're going to say, you know what, let's just make a function. Function entropy lock and okay, so it already knows what we want. S equals seeds, seed counter, srand s, seed counter plus equals 1. Do that. That's good. Oh, whoops. Now let's see what happens. If this works, it should loop in to some degree. But then again, maybe not. So it might not, because the batch of randomness, we're getting 2 separate batches of randomness, and the timing might not sync up. So like if we cycle through the list of rands, where are we? If we cycle through this list of rands at a different rate that we cycle through changing the seeds, I don't know that we're actually going to loop. Yeah, see, that's new. That was new, which means we're not looping, so I can tell definitively. However, I do like that this has calmed down the kind of crazy over-the-top effect that we had. Like, I'm starting to think now about like final presentation of this. Like, what is it gonna look like? And like, it could be a generator where you just play with it. You know, you press buttons and get different things on the screen. It is kind of hypnotizing to watch. But like, I don't feel that the individual outputs are different enough to kind of warrant being on a platform like FX Hash, for example, where you're expecting to mint and get a different result every time. I just feel like they're kind of too similar to each other, all these different outcomes. But I like the palette. Well, when in doubt, it is always fun to try mirroring things. Let's commit this as well. Seed cycling. Huh? Seems fine. Okay, let's go in here. This is also, this code is the source of many tricks that I've previously learned and then I never bothered to remember. Instead of M, this is a four-way mirror. Yeah, I don't know. It's not nearly as good. Like, it's hypnotic for sure. Okay, actually, I'm coming around. I could always just make it a tap to reset. So this will give me, nope. Oh, whoops. You know what, I gotta do that after the seed anyway. Okay, there we go. So now I get all of the possible mirror types. Waiting for a vertical mirror. There we go. No, that's a four-way mirror again. There we go. Okay, I mean, they're all relatively interesting. Okay, now we're gonna enable the mouse. And we are going to get the mouse click. Search for the mouse brush. Oh crap. Don't tell me I got rid of that. Oh no. Why would I do that? Okay, let's see. Games, one off. Okay, where do I have mouse control? So I gotta find something I already wrote that has mouse control. I think one of these, definitely. Maybe one of these. There we go. And I can afford to be lazy about this. All right. So it's hard to tell from the stream, I'm sure, but now if I click or tap on the screen, we get it resets and it produces a new output. So next I wonder if I should alter the blinking rate, you know, because like it's always fast now. And it would be cool if it was slow. So that's this. So the color depends on this FC value. Whatever. Oh, and we should play around with the dither a little bit too. So where is our dither? Like, what happens if we dither it less? Little too much entropy. Then again, I kind of like it. What if this stops after a certain amount? So let's say if stop after a certain point. If FC is greater than, well, just for testing, let's make it 500, and then we're going to say okay, so this turns it into essentially a screenshot generator, where it will generate an image and then stop. The reason I'm doing this is because now I'm filling in all the columns by dithering less. So I should, by the way, I should not be flipping. So now, like, because I'm dithering less, there's less sort of empty space. So you get more patterns arising as a result of the color, you know, being kind of crazy. Oh, right, but the tap to reset won't work anymore. But that's fine, because I'm going to disable that if I go with a JPEG generator. But I just need to see, like, if I'm doing JPEG generation, are they any good? I think the answer is kind of no. There's something about these where they're only like transiently interesting. Like the motion is what makes them interesting. This one is pretty good looking. Like I like when there's a seemingly complicated pattern coming from all the interconnected lines, kind of like rising and falling and whatever. However, I don't like this. So we're gonna stop there. And we'll say good finalish version. What I want to do now is maybe make it more stuttery so that it's like it draws a certain way and then it stops so that you get kind of a second to appreciate it, which I guess I can do by making it go at a slower frame rate. Oh, that was pretty cool. Honestly, I think this might be it. Like, I think it might be done. It's really important to not go too far and fall into the temptation to keep tweaking and tweaking and tweaking until, you know, eventually it reaches the point of no return where you can't possibly make it any better. Let's do export -f cart.html -p fx. When it says please capture a label first, that means you have to go like this, press F2, save it, then it will work, which means I have to commit this, captured a label. Okay, and why did we, okay, so why did we do that? Well, I'm just loading up the file now. What we did was, oh right, sorry, I'm in the wrong directory, there we go. Okay, what we did was we created this directory, which has a JavaScript file and this index.html. If we run the index.html, it opens in the browser. We get a nice chunky window, full screen. And this is important because I just need to test, like, okay, well, if I click when it's running in the browser, does everything work? Does it actually reset the way that I expect it to and get a new seed? And, you know, it just makes it bigger, and it looks really crisp and nice. And I have to ask myself, like, am I happy with this? I think I am. Like, my goal is usually to make something that I can put up on a display and then leave it alone for a long time. The question here is, like, the flashing is probably too non-equitable to let someone just display this full time on a screen. I wonder how to slow down the flashing. Well, let's try, we've got a little bit of time left, so let's try messing around on that note and see if we can slow down the flashing. So the first thing I'm going to do is, oh, is that not the, is that not the syntax? Okay, that's the syntax. No, so that has no impact. This looks so gorgeous. Should make a rare chance to have the default Pico-8 palette. You know what? I will. So that's if we get a random number greater than 0.001, which should be 999 out of 1,000 times. I mean, okay, here's a dumb idea. What if I just let the memory leak get worse? It's so aggravating to me that that works, because it's just not how it should be. Let's get one with no mirroring. Okay, so we're gonna let that slow down. So this what the FX101. This color situation, what the heck's going on here? So we add the color. Oh right, that's just the initial color. You see, you never know what's gonna happen. I don't hate it, but it's not as good as the rainbow. And if anything, the Flash is worse. Like I'm just trusting Twitter compression to save my ass here. Okay, so what do I want to do here? I want to make it so that it's like modulo, but somehow half modulo. Like I want it to be wider, more forgiving modulo. That is still a modulo, but it takes twice as long to go through it. So I guess that would be 32. Okay, so now when it is 16, it's going to be 16, and when it's 17, it's going to be 17. Let's start from the beginning. When it's 1, I want it to be 1. When it's 2, I want it to be 1. So how would I do that? Divide it by 2? No. And I feel like I actually don't even know what to ask CoPilot here if I were going to use CoPilot for this. Like, see, that doesn't make any sense. If C plus 1, no. Okay. Well, I mean, here's a fun thing while we're just figuring our life out. Like, you can always do things like this. It's pretty unappealing. Also, I think the slower does not look as good. Or does it? No. I just wish it would cycle between the slower and not. So let's say or there. Now sometimes it will be fast, sometimes it will be slow, because it has a chance to clear the queue out a little early. I feel like I'm literally all over the place with this. Just for the sake of fun. Okay, also let me get rid of that. Just for the sake of fun, let's see what happens if we go back to what we were doing before for this. So comment that out, comment that back in. So this is what we get like this. Yeah, I just think it's not quite as good. I really think this is our peak kind of. Oh, and I should stop. Oh god, I'm opening up apps. Otherwise the stream quality totally degrades. Okay, so yeah, the color thing, I mean, I know there's got to be a way to do this. I don't know. We could try talking to an AI. Usually at this point I would actually contact one of my math friends who's much nerdier than me and just ask them. And they'd be like, "Oh, you mean Ricard's formula for punctuated modulo?" Okay. So modulo 16. I mean, like, it's almost like I just need to know if the number's even or odd, and if it's even, keep the color the same. Oh, that's an interesting one. Okay. FC flip status equals flip if FC flip status equals flip, then FC plus equals 1 FC flip status equals no flip, sure. If FC flip status equals no flip, there we go. Okay, I mean, it's hard to tell, but I don't know if that had any impact whatsoever. And FC modulo 3 equals 0. So just never. Okay, well that was just one more dumb idea. Let's get rid of that. Well, I think this is about as good as it's gonna get, so I'm actually gonna call this one done, which I do by just typing this. It's not a done final v2 v3 situation, but it might be. But I'm at least done working on it for this tutorial because I think I'm ready to basically publish this one. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It differs a little from our original plan, but I think it's interesting, and it is fun to just leave it running for a long time and sort of see what evolves out of it. So yeah, I'm happy. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you got something out of this, or learned something, or just thought it was interesting. I'll definitely do this again with a new art piece sometime in the future, but not for a while, because it's a lot more work than just making them in the privacy of my own mind or whatever. Anyway, thanks for tuning in.